Hi, my name is Cassie Morrison, and with me is Matthew Andarakis, and we are here to present to you the newest application for restaurants, SmartFood. SmartFood will innovate the restaurant experience by providing menus through leveraging web technologies. The application will be used in 3 different ways: in a restaurant or airplane as a menu given to customers, for restaurant owners to view and edit menus at their disposal, and for the public to view restaurant menus before visiting on their smartphone. Through this application, we aim to provide an effective application that will streamline viewing of menus in the food industry, reduce operational costs within the food industry, in particular printing of menus, and allow smaller businesses to compete using dynamic web technologies. Through these objectives, our goal is for 10% of the food industry across Brisbane to take up this technology within the first 12 months. This is our delivery timeline for the next 12 months. During the initial phase, we'll be creating the website and application, setting up the host and server, begin marketing, and conducting analysis to judge competition in the market. During the completion phase, we will continue marketing, begin deployment of both application and website, any extra analysis, and start training business personnel. Finally, for the maintenance phase, we will continue analysis and marketing to increase market share while completing any minor maintenance on the application and website, as well as developing future features and releases. Our application will be marketed to restaurant owners, caterers, airline hospitality managers for use in their respected businesses. Our secondary target audience will be consumers using the public application. They include restaurant customers, tourists, and airline patrons. We have selected 2 target personas for our application. Gillian Michaels is a restaurant owner who is looking for a way to save on the cost of printing materials for her restaurant. She thinks that a digital menu would be a great way to save on printing costs and avoid errors in her menus. SmartFood would be a great way to make the pricing dynamics to compete with that other annoying cafe across the street. Julian makes a quick internet search and finds SmartFood, a service available for restaurants that can provide a secure digital menu that is easy to edit and can be locked to the company's devices. Greg Davies is a hospitality manager for the airline Air Australia and is looking for a new and cheaper way to provide menus to his customers. With a bit of research, he is able to find a suitable solution, SmartFood. It has a ready-to-update interface for changes that occur every day and between different planes. It also offers an offline file for download once created, making it perfect as it will not interfere with plane's electronics. Here we have a brief rundown of our application. So this would be the public application, but elements of this can be used in the restaurant application. So here you would type a restaurant, say would type Sizzler, and then would hit search. Then it would show you your nearest Sizzler restaurants, so we'll click on Strathpine. Then it will come up with the menu, the dinner menu, because the application knows it's at dinner. This will be scrollable so you can see other menu items. So we can then, if you want to see more information about the T-bone steak, you could go into it and it would show more information, including the price. Our competitors in the market today would be businesses with their own applications that offer services such as delivery, restaurant finding and rating applications, restaurant booking applications, and deal websites and mailing lists. We are the only company that brings a particular combination of these services. This distinction will be made evident later in the presentation. When analysing our 2 main competitors, Restaurant Finders and Restaurant Finder, We have found that our application is the only one to offer a comprehensive service for providing restaurant and hospitality managers with an off-the-shelf product. It is important to note that primarily the two competitors operate in a global scope, Restaurant Finders, and a US-only scope, Restaurant Finder, whereas SmartFood only operates within Australia. The SmartFood app will be developed to include features that the other two applications fail to deliver on, such as app menu and discount notices for the public app. Our marketing strategy will consist of both online and offline promotion. Online, we will use social media such as Facebook and Twitter, while at the same time leveraging sites such as Restaurant Owner, which helps restaurant owners build their business, and Yelp.com, which allows customers to leave feedback for restaurants and restaurant owners can reply. This is in addition to the initial advertising based on the CRM model. Our offline strategy will consist of posters, word of mouth, magazine articles, and newspaper ads.
We plan to develop our application on iOS initially and then branch out to other operating systems. The reason for this is that Apple has a feature called guided access that, when in use, will stop people from exiting the application without a PIN code. This is very useful for restaurant staff, as they can hand a customer an iPad and know that they can only access the menu for their restaurant. Other platforms do have this feature, but only as an external paid application, so it will be harder to implement in this application itself. SmartFood's primary service will be delivered by means of a web host connection to restaurants' smart devices. A restaurant signs up to SmartFood subscription, they issue with a username and initial password, and then the restaurant will load up the application and access the business interface through the options menu. Once signed in, a company may then load the menu for use, download a copy to use in offline mode, or edit their menu data or menu images. The logon is designed to make sure that only the restaurant that owns the menu can access or change it. Changes will only be made accessible through online interfaces. This will help to ensure that the menu on the web server's database is always up to date, as well as acting as a security measure to ensure that companies don't sign up for one subscription period and then leave once they have the software. For businesses to use this application, they will need an adequate amount of iPads for customers and a wireless network. The wireless network will not need to span the whole restaurant, as menus can be downloaded onto the tablet to be accessed locally. All menu changes will require a server to be online. The application will require both back-end and front-end architecture. For the back-end, it will require a web server and domain for the website and database system, for holding the menu data and the images under the unique restaurant's application. For the front end, the application will require a wireless router in the restaurant and at least one iPad, or alternatively a smartphone for public users. To create this application, we will require various resources, including database management software, website creation software, Xcode, and the basics such as email access, word processing, and image manipulation software. Our organization structure for creation of this application will consist of Angus Cameron, who will be the owner and project manager. Angus Cameron will also be the ongoing system manager for the lifetime of the project. Rob Pearson will be our senior business analyst, and Margaret Arthur will be our senior user. Peter Clark will be our senior technical architect and will operate as the ongoing system technician for the lifetime of the project. Sam Jones and Jesse Hatwell will also operate as technician architects under contract until the completion of stage 2 of the project. Our organisation structure shows the hierarchy between our owner and executor, the senior staff, external consultants, and our customers, all culminating with some form of connection to the web server. Current estimates of restaurants in Brisbane are approximately 1,500. We project an initial 2% uptake within the first 6 months. That approximates to about 30 businesses across Brisbane, with a further growth of 3% by the end of the year, making a total of 75 restaurants. SmartFood will be using a subscription-based model, which is valued at $2,000 per year and will include one training session by a trained consultant per billing cycle. Freemium and crippleware models were considered but ultimately rejected. The reason for this is that there are not many features to restrict. Putting restrictions on the few functions that the application initially has will get in the way of the application's primary function and prove to be degenerative to income generation. Initial advertising for the application will be primarily online advertising through banner ads on websites based at $3 per million views, equating to approximately 20 cents per customer acquisition for our company. This is our cash flow statement. It covers a number of the expenses and revenue income and shows a gross gain by the end of the 6-month period, and a total gross gain of approximately $12,000 by the end of 12 months. Notes on employee wages and expenses are listed on the right side of the chart and include any kind of software that is required for the project. Our return on investment covers our initial investment of approximately $200,000 for advertising and development, with an expected return of $12,000 by the end of the 12-month period, growing to approximately $267,000 after the second year. These figures are based on the project undertaking further development and maintenance with no client growth. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to leave a comment.